And there you have it. Inspiration Village is open in the Byward Market. We're excited about this. It's, of course, part of the Ottawa 2017 festivities. It's a big year in the nation's capital. With us right now, the Executive Director, Ottawa 2017. Familiar face, Guy Laflamme is with us.
Thank you for having me, John.
How are you doing?
Crazy busy. I have to learn how to survive with just a couple of hours of sleep.
I can imagine.
Day.
And you saw all the work that went into Inspiration Village, obviously, and it's open, it's up and running, and people are excited about this. How did this come to be? Whose creation is this?
Well, I was looking for, as I wrote the plan for the whole year, I was looking for some kind of base camp, the equivalent of what they had in Quebec City for Quebec's 400th. They had a place called Place du 400e, which was where the public was gathering, the tourists in the summer season. So as I was thinking about different concepts, I had a meeting of the board of the International Festival and Events Association. I had the pleasure of being the chair of the association in 2016. And my colleague from South Africa was telling me about Skills Village that took place in Safila Village in South Africa, where they transform shipping containers and create this modern, futuristic programming site. So I thought, okay, that has some merit. So at first I was looking at installing it on the ground of City Hall at Festival Plaza. Then we came to realize that it was too crowded, and with all the recurring events, then we looked at Spark Street, and then in a meeting with the Royal Architectural Institute of Canada, their president at the time said, Guy, we would like to propose to, as part of the 150th celebration, to create a public piazza on York Street. Would you guys have the funds to help us achieve it? I said, I don't have the funds for a public piazza, but I have a project that would fit perfectly in that space. So that's how we decided to bring Inspiration Village on York Street between Byward and Sussex. So it's an installation made up of 41 modified shipping containers, and that's where we celebrate all provinces and territories, celebrate all Canadian regions. So from PEI to Cape Breton to Nunavut, Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba are present, as well as Parks Canada, the World Wildlife Fund, and a series of national and regional organizations, because not only do we want to celebrate the rest of the country, but we also want to celebrate Ottawa success stories.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, thousands of people obviously have checked it out. To take selfies with that giant Ottawa, you know, I think like, this is Selfie Village as well, I guess you could call it.
It is, like all kinds of fun props, so you can put your head and become a beluga in the...
And a polar bear too, right?
And a polar bear in the Manitoba kiosk. And yes, we want people to interact with the letters. You don't simply have to stand in front of the Ottawa letters. You can also get your head into the A, sit down inside the O. And just an advice, it's different from the Toronto letters in the sense that you shouldn't be standing in front of the letters. You should be standing right on the edge of the letters, and we've actually put down on the ground a sign that indicates where to be positioned with your camera, so that you can take the Ottawa letters and then the Peace Tower as a backdrop, which creates a half frame, so you can have like a picture-perfect Pride Canadian photo of as a memory of the 150th.
And then people can tweet it at 2017 Ottawa.
That's right.
Is the place to go to. Now, is this accessible 24 hours? So people are partying late into the night all summer long?
Yeah, so the site is accessible 24 hours a day. The kiosks are in operation from noon till 8, because we don't want to compete with surrounding bars, restaurants, and public amenities. And we also want to encourage people to bring visitors to that location to learn about all the Ottawa 2017 activities. On the weekend, as you said, it was very successful. We had over 30,000 people going through the site, and I think that's a very conservative estimate of the crowd. And it's a place where we can embrace cutting-edge urban planning designs. Like if you look at Times Square, they decided to expand Times Square to give more space for pedestrians and to add some coffee tables. So in our case, this is just a 3-month project, and hopefully it's going to inspire new concepts for the use of the Byward Market in the future, not necessarily in that location, but creating more gathering places, I think could be a good inspiration for the Byward Market planning. Important to stress that vehicular traffic is not affected. People can still access the Byward Market on the south side of York Street and exit on the north side. We adjusted the approach based on this weekend's observation. And there's plenty of parking. Yes, we took away 92 parking spots, and we will compensate the city for the loss in revenues. Ottawa 2017 will provide the funds to give the city the equivalent of revenue they would have generated with those 90 parking spots. But there are over 3,000 parking spots in the vicinity, in walking distance. Many of the municipal parking garages are underutilized. So it's not as if there's a shortage, insufficient number of parking. And we're working with businesses in the area to make sure that they will benefit, that there is no impact on their level of activity.
You know, you got to all my answers before I even asked you the questions.
Oops, sorry.
That's good.
Being proactive.
That's very good. You made my job easy. But it's open, like you said, 3 months. So we're going till Labor Day weekend in September?
Yeah, until Labor Day weekend, and then the Ottawa letters will be moved to Ottawa City Hall.
Nice.
Because I think there's such a super positive, exciting reaction to those letters. Yeah. Mayor Watson really wanted them to be relocated and kept at City Hall. But overall, thanks to the vision and the open mind of our mayor and city councillors, that's why Ottawa was able to move so quickly and to make sure that Ottawa is the hub of the sesquicentennial.
It's exciting, and I'm glad you said that word because I can't. So, Guy Laflamme, Inspiration Village, of course, with Ottawa 2017. So many great things to look forward to, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for your support.
We've got more Daytime Ottawa coming up in moments. Do not go anywhere.